regress, retreat, ruin. Leap, moral fragment. Black blown skies o'er Craig or Raven's ruins, seams of mineral coked out dukes, iron skies turn blue, bereft, shelling out shales, orange dusted fields now barely green, an almost mythical status akin to Atlantis, once thriving, now undermined, underwater, to have a conversation with the place that you come from, to understand the narratives of a birthplace, a release of the damage from Oedipus, not yet, a tight-knit thrive of community, once reunioned, now huddled, depleted at the shrouded cairn of chestnut and rhododendron, a stoned heart lost amongst the loch and discarded candy floss wrappers. Rumination o'er ruination. A sinking of pits foreshadows stories raised, the ecology of a people planted, ousted, rehoused, emigrated landscapes, drifting demands. Those who worked and lived here were scattered to the four winds. The raw deed are dying. And what of their kin? The raw deed are Stolopolis, the tragedy of the industrial clearances. To listen for once to stories engraved within terrain. Evacuate, raise, flood. We are shaped by and through place. No scape of space for reimagined place. Communal is cast adrift. Does memory curate? What of the traces from those who helped shape and cast an entire nation? The coalface become expendable. I still chew bricks from the rubble to begin again. A riff in kind, thatched with indifference. A screech of theme park creels over the lapping loch, o'er the Bothwell's hall. The fear of the loss of an oral history, a shift of no return. 40 years of industrial waste. Our toil sealed, fed the heart contained, of the flying Scotsman, buried by cheek, by jowl and spirit to spare. A search for the Darwinian amidst the rubble of the industry. Riding the farm tractor back and forth amongst the pit ponies' hay. 2 hooses, 1 toilet. A diversified, non-unionised progression to less. By the time I returned from the army, our village was being demolished. An opiate-laden generation, filling hereditary voids. The winding engine man at the pit, killed during the invasion of Sicily. Clarity or clearance. When the village was demolished, she loaded up a pram with bricks from her former house and pushed it uphill to the next town. Hold everything down. Shift. No. Remain. A mapping of dislocated Raven voices runs through it. Industrial clearances. Drowned. He is shaped by place as much as space shapes her. contours of absorption and resistance, generational forces of geology, totems of topography, extracted, depleted, evacuated. Frightening, sailed upon, sunk upon. How deep do these scars run? The Tories turn up to cut ribbons of food banks. Distance through a party of lies. No action is called for. The person talking is a total cunt. Before we even know what we are, we fear to lose it. A phenomenology of neoliberal happenings. To give space for stories entrenched in terrains tossed aside. It's cold. Mother, I am dumb. I've ruined and degraded everything. Touched, acquired and debased. The silent discarding of those without the faculties. No action is called for. Death by 1,000 It's not about the inevitable. It's about the indifference. Investment starved and capacity reduced. It's quite depressing, really, when you see it now. Shift. Amongst the debris, small truths begin to flower. The very fabric of communal exchange shall be rewoven. A reflected glimmer of life, free of oppression. Here's to the industrious kids of those cleared. A ceilidh of remembrance, sung through progress. Banter in the bark. Home. Unfurl. Perhaps the constructs you hold can be of your creation, and malleable. Face the source, fragment to land on possibility. Debate the legislation, not to the human desire for a body with no organs. Carve a wake for the overwoke, and sing the hymn sheet to the broadsheet of political correctness agenda. Do not be left with the wings of love. Everything is saying everything through nothing. I can tell of the ravens I have never seen. Memory of blood, of song, of water, of place, of now. Consider the lilies. Imagine realities historically nurtured. To escape without leaving, to arrive without return. A retrospective turn to the now, to settle in a state of impermanence. To make space transcend the geometric. Signal through the flames and bear your soul in extremis. An excavation of inner archaeology. Join in with this poet's abstruse new song.